You're in such a rush today.
I don't know. I kind of think I'm getting sick. Getting up early in the morning, I think, is making me sick.
I mean, that does affect your immune system.
Yeah.
If you're not getting enough sleep. So that's probably what it is.
I have a cold.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. That's not a song. It's go to sleep, bitch, time, motherfucking die. And that's not what I was trying to say to you. So I changed it.
You were going to say die, motherfucking die, motherfucking die.
No, it was that one song that has Eminem on it. It was like, go to sleep, bitch. Die, motherfucker. And then I was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say to him. So I made the tune to read a book.
That's where I thought you were going. I'm like, that's not a line in it. And I expected you to say another word because from that song. And I was like, you can't say that on the internet.
I can't.
That's for the privacy of your own home. And even then, you should feel ashamed about it.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast. I'm Jared.
I'm Kyle.
And we're back for another week to talk about weird and interesting news from all over the internet. We read the clickbait, so you don't have to. Kyle really, really wants to talk about this first one.
Seems like all the things that are from Dark Realm and the show combined.
Yeah.
If he's from Florida, I'll be extra happy.
The first word tells you he's not.
I know. But maybe he's from Florida and he did it in Utah. Maybe he's from Utah and he did it in Florida.
We'll find out. Okay, we're gonna go straight into it. Utah man steals truck for alien encounter, but felt bad and returned it.
You know what? At least he was wearing a mask.
He was, and it's in his mugshot, which you'll see on the screen because I always put it up. All right. So, a Utah man allegedly stole a truck he said he needed to rendezvous with aliens, but felt bad for stealing it and returned it to a 7-Eleven store.
Did he steal it from a 7-Eleven? Or he just gave it to 7-Eleven like, here you go?
He was like, I stole this truck. Please return to its rightful owner. You guys are always open. I feel like you can accomplish this.
Did he steal it from the 7-Eleven and he just brought it back? And like, maybe the guy won't notice.
Like, you think that it
like
was...
maybe he was in 7-Eleven for
a
hours.
Really long time. Like he was taking a crap and couldn't find his favorite, like, beef jerky.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Bryce Gerald Dixon is accused of theft of a vehicle and 3 attempts to escape from official custody after he returned a red pickup truck that he later told police he needed so that he could get to the Coliseum to get on a flight with alien diplomats. Is the Coliseum in Utah, or is he talking about he was going to drive to Italy?
Who knows? Maybe
and go to the
Coliseum
actual
isn't
Coliseum.
like a thing. He's just saying the Coliseum as in it's a thing.
That like only aliens would know about?
Yeah.
Like it's like
alien.
a clearing in some woods?
Maybe.
And that's just where alien fights are? And he was going to go meet the diplomats there?
No, because now it says all the way to the Coliseum. And they keep using a capital C. It's got to be a thing in Utah.
If you're from Utah, let us know.
What the fuck is the Coliseum, Utah? What is the Coliseum and how do I get aliens there?
Are aliens frequently at the Coliseum in Utah?
Do you like drop a flare to get their attention?
I feel like you could do something like aliens got technology. You can drop.
Do you gotta drop some funky beats that like send out a math signal?
Some dubstep because everyone knows aliens communicate in dubstep.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So, according to court documents, Dixon intended to drive the truck all the way to the Coliseum, but felt bad for stealing it, so he returned it to the 7-Eleven he took it from to give it back. The truck had been reported stolen when the owner, who left his truck unlocked with the keys inside,
Is that stealing at that point?
I mean, he was
You're
just
offering your car to people.
If he would have said, I'm a police officer, I need this for that, that's just called commandeering.
No, I mean, this guy left his truck available.
Yeah. He commandeered the vehicle.
Gave his car away, basically.
Yeah. He was like, hey, if you need a truck.
Take a car, leave a car. That's what he did.
Maybe the guy had a car with no gas in it, and he was like, I need a car right now. So he's like, hey, this guy is part of the take a car, leave a car program.
There's no way this man actually has a license if he thought he was going to drive to the Coliseum in a stolen truck to meet alien diplomats.
Especially if the Coliseum is the one in Italy.
Why did he refer to them as diplomats?
Does he
have some kind of political office?
Yeah, did he have previous conversation with these diplomats?
What office does he hold that he would be entitled to speak with diplomats? Because I don't even feel like we can speak to American ambassadors ourselves.
That is very true.
Why would I think that I could go to foreign ambassadors and talk to them?
Yeah, if like an Italian ambassador came here and I was the first person he met off the plane, and he was like,
Call
"Hey,
you
so I'd
back
like,
on
I'd
the
like to,"
plane.
he's like, "I'd like to discuss some things with you." I'd be like, "I don't speak for any of this. Let me go get someone in charge."
I would go for it.
I know you.
Yeah,
would
all
go
right,
for
man.
it.
Like, what do you want to talk about?
And
Like,
then we'd be at
nuclear
war with
disarmament. I'd be like, oh yeah, we'll get rid of some of those.
we'd be at war with Italy instantly.
Like, we'll get rid of our nukes if you send us lasagna.
Just infinite lasagna.
Send it to just my house.
This is where the White House is located. And it's your address.
I want a margarita pizza every day by noon, flown from Italy.
And I want it to be warm still.
And for every one that I get, we'll disarm one nuclear bomb.
You'd get so many.
So many.
You'd have years worth.
I would.
And we would still have all of our nuclear bombs.
Because nobody else would know that was happening but me.
Yeah. I mean, I think the lasagna would be good.
Lasagna be bomb.
I mean,
margarita pizza from Italy? What are you talking about?
I mean, I like margarita pizza, but it's not my favorite.
But from
lasagna
Italy
is my
different.
favorite.
I love lasagna too.
Lasagna is my favorite
I feel like
thing.
lasagna is an American thing.
I think we have at least one Italian listener. Is lasagna an like a real, like authentic
in
Italian
Italy?
thing?
Or is that like one of the things that America invented and said was Italian?
Like the gordita?
That's not Italian.
No, I'm just saying,
That's
like how
fake
we
tacos.
invented the gordita.
And quesadilla.
Yeah,
And lo mein.
Well, the quesadillas are a real thing. It's just not what we
They're not
what
full,
we
but they're
consider.
basically like a taco.
Yeah, they're a taco with cheese.
Yeah.
Like that's how you know it's a quesadilla. Regular tacos don't got cheese.
Oh, jeez.
That just shows that we watch food videos too much.
No, that's how we eat tacos a lot.
We do. We eat a lot of tacos. But let's find out more about this man who thought that he could speak for the earth.
I feel like from now on Dark Rum, I need to find like one story like this at the beginning.
just as like a palate cleanser first.
Just before we start, like here's a funny story that happened in a weird way about something weird, and then right after that, and then this man murdered 74 women.
I mean, that's how they do it on the news.
Kinda, yeah. Actually.
Look at this water skiing squirrel. 15 people died in an accident today.
Yo,
that
check
could have
this
been
out.
preventable.
This cow saved a child's life. 4 children were found victimized in the basement of a man's house down the street.
From the cow.
But no, the cow killed that man, that priest or whatever.
I'm just saying, down the street from the cow.
Oh, yeah.
Like same town.
Same town.
Same town.
I mean, that's local news.
Yeah, exactly. But according to court documents, Dixon intended to drive the truck all the way to the Coliseum, but felt bad for stealing and returned to 7-Eleven truck. I read that part already, didn't I?
Yeah, man.
Police responded and investigated, and when an officer arrived at the convenience store, he was met by the truck's owner, who said the man suspected of taking it returned it and was running from the location. He should have just stayed and just explained himself right off the bat. He wouldn't have gotten in so much trouble.
First of all, if someone stole my car, brought it back and said, sorry, it was for aliens, as long as they put gas back in it, I'd be like, okay.
I doubt he put gas in it.
Probably not.
That's
He wasn't planning on coming back, so.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "This, I'm just gonna leave it in the woods when the aliens take me."
But I'm suggesting this to you: if you find a car with keys out of it and you steal it,
keys
you
in
go
it,
do something, yeah, whatever, and you go do something with it, fill it back up before you return it.
That's like my theory that if someone stole your car and then got it detailed and then put a full tank of gas in it and brought it back, that you can't really be too mad about it.
I don't even think you should be allowed to press charges at that point.
Right? It's like detailing a car costs a lot of money.
I know.
And even if you like know a guy, like even if you know a guy that's like, I'll do it for you for free, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, yeah, you're without a car for a couple of hours, but when you get it back, it's going to be nice as shit. Especially
besides, if you were to take and get it detailed, it's going to take a couple hours anyway.
Yes, you're going to be without a car no matter what. So that's just a gift. It's a surprise. It's a surprise gift. This man gave him a surprise gift of a story involving aliens.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah. So the guy shouldn't have been too mad. It's the running from police that I think is what got him.
He wasn't running from police because they weren't there yet. He was running from the scene.
he was just like, I don't like what I've done. I need to get away.
I know that there's going to be consequences, so I'm going to leave now.
Maybe he was trying to run back to the Coliseum.
What he is doing is no different than when like your kid spills something on the floor and they're just like, I wasn't here.
Or they put a paper towel on it and then
they just
leave.
The room. Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know what happened. Be like, it looks like someone tried to clean it up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And they're just like, but I wasn't there. So it wasn't.
I've been in my room all day. Like,
yeah.
Well, who knocked it down? I don't know. Who cleaned it up?
Me. Be like, then you had to have been out of your room. No, I saw it and then I cleaned it.
Yeah. That's what this guy did.
Be like, this is a convoluted story. You're in trouble for this now. For you, I mean, you have to do a full investigation anytime something happens in your house.
Nah, it's usually pretty obvious which ones did it. They all act guilty.
Okay. But the suspect was taken to a hospital for an injury sustained when the truck owner allegedly punched him in the face.
He deserved one.
I mean, he didn't bring it back detailed or with a full tank of gas.
He deserved one.
Yeah, you get one at that point. Once in hospital care, police said Dixon tried to slip past officers 3 times. He was just,
excuse me.
not that guy.
The aliens are waiting for me. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
The world depends on my meeting them.
I have information for the alien diplomats. There, Dixon allegedly apologized to police and told them aliens needed him to get to the Coliseum.
Where's the Coliseum?
I think he means in Italy.
He cannot mean in Italy. Wait. We're going to play Kyle Looks Up Stuff on the internet.
Okay, Kyle looks up stuff. He was booked into the Utah County Jail on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle and police... And what? Of motor vehicle and police and 3 counts of attempt to escape.
I just remembered. I don't know how to spell the word Coliseum because I'm not Greek.
COL.
I found it.
OSSEUM.
What? I got it.
So by I found it, it was I didn't find it. Did you just type in the Coliseum, Utah?
No, I typed in Utah Coliseum. Utah Coliseum Apparel. Apparently it's a clothing store.
You need to go to the store.
That's all I'm finding. Is that
it's looking like there is no... I think he was trying to get to Italy. The aliens were going to take him to Italy. That's what that is.
Maybe it's because I didn't capitalize Coliseum?
Maybe. I don't know. But I think what it is that this was going to be a very cheap way to get to Italy. He's always wanted to go there, and so do the aliens.
The cheap way was to drive a truck that wasn't his?
Yeah. And then...
To Italy?
No, to a meetup location. And then he was going to jump in with the aliens, and he was going to give them directions on the drive. That was his role.
This is genuinely there's just clothing.
Yeah, so he's talking about the Coliseum.
There's Coliseum Fitness in Utah, in North Salt Lake.
Okay, maybe that one. There's aliens at the gym. What else?
Utah, where's the Coliseum? How come it's ungoogleable?
Yeah. If it's ungoogleable, then that means that it doesn't exist.
Then he was just going to a clothing store.
Or he was meeting up with aliens to hop a ride to go to Italy. I think that's what it is. I know that there's a Coliseum in Kutztown, and it's a nightclub. Maybe he was going to that one with the aliens.
Did you know that the University of Utah hasn't won at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum? I'm assuming there's more to that, but
probably.
In 100 years.
In 100 years. Okay, wow.
Do you think that's the Coliseum?
So like they were going to meet and go see a game?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's as feasible as he was hitching a ride to Italy. So it's equally feasible.
There's the Peace Coliseum, which is the headquarters of Overstock.com in Utah, apparently.
Equally feasible. Maybe Overstock.com is run by aliens.
Probably.
That's how they keep their prices so low.
And then they work with Wayfair to sell to children.
Yes.
For experiments.
New conspiracy. I mean, Overstock.com, if you think about it, their prices are very low.
Yeah, and they definitely have an overstock of children workers.
They probably have some sort of like matter creator machine, and that's their overstock. So when you order it, it was made by the aliens, and that's why he was going there.
Since I can't find the Coliseum, I'm actually over this story now, and your email just popped up. You got a new one, I guess.
Oh, cool. On to the next one.
On to the next one.
This is I have this as the vagina equivalent to the Moby. California police bust cult party with 4-foot model vagina.
What we need to do is go get a Moby and this 4-foot model vagina and just be like...
And bring them together?
Bring them together, and we'll use it for a sex education class.
That's what I was literally about to say. I'm like, so is this like sex ed so that kids in the back can see?
Hell yeah, man. Live performance.
That's graphic.
So graphic.
That's super
So when the male's genitals...
You have to get like a battering ram at that point and just
there'd have to be a lot more to that, because it'd have to be like, so when a female becomes aroused, she begins to lubricate. And we just dump shit all over it.
Just KY jelly from the pack.
Just all over it. And we're like, and then when the man starts to get aroused, his penis starts to get harder. And then when they love each other very much, and then one just runs at the other one.
The Moby's always hard, though. So we would need to find a not hard one.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So we hold it downwards.
It's not like we're going to find an always wet model vagina. It's different.
No, that one
No, you just tip it and you raise it up.
Yeah, exactly. We just have it pointed down, and then we raise it up.
This would be hard, because I'm imagining that's heavy, and the Moby is 40 pounds.
I feel like the vagina could be stationary. And we can lift 40 pounds. Yeah, we do it at work.
It'd be like a lot of work for a sex ed class.
I mean, this would be one of those special ones like that you have to like book to go to your school. And it's in the auditorium and they bring all the kids there.
Everybody on the internet, book us now.
And we will get these things.
The moment we have enough interest and upfront investment, we will purchase these items.
You can book us at rumrunners@gmail.com.
We will come to your show. Your school.
How much should we charge for this?
Oh, man. At least the cost of both those items.
Really quick, look up.
For every episode, every one.
We will get back to you next episode with how much we will charge for this.
$300.
Sure, yeah, because I feel like if we at least get booked by a few people, it'll be doable.
Yeah, we'd get back our cost.
Yeah. Yeah, so $300, and it'll be how long should the class be?
Hour.
That's too long.
Are we
going to show them the whole thing? We're like, and this is
not going to be
missionary.
It's not going to just be about the penetration. We're going to have to find a giant condom to show how those work.
Yeah.
It'll be the whole sexual education.
I think they have giant condoms.
It'll work.
It totally would work.
It'll work. They definitely make them as like
would
Halloween
be just like a bunch of like vanilla pudding at the end.
It doesn't need to be that much. It doesn't need to be that detailed. But yes, we'll have a giant bowl of vanilla pudding that we will then scoop out for the kids.
No, that got really bad right at the end there. I never said give it to anybody. I was saying put it in the condom. We can't
waste it. People will be mad about that. It's a waste of food.
Okay.
What's another? Fill the condom.
What's another? Not fill.
We can have it like a wet show and we can spray the front audience.
No, we're like sometimes you take the condom off and then you go to her back, face, or chest.
This is called the pull-out method.
It's not very effective, kids, but this is what it looks like. Where you guys will be her stomach.
Everybody up front gets a poncho.
If this is selling you on it even more, like I said, email us at rumrunners@gmail.com and book us for your next sex ed class. We will travel. Prices may vary depending on the rate
I know
of travel.
that we say it a lot. Can we please get a GoFundMe for this one? Because I want to do this.
I will. If we get
a GoFundMe and an OnlyFans,
you know
we
what?
could do a private show for.
I'm gonna plug our Instagram and Twitter early. Follow us at Rum Runners on Instagram and RumPod on Twitter, and we will put a poll up saying, do you want to see a Rum Runners sex ed course? And if that poll wins, I will make a GoFundMe for it.
Okay.
And we will
an OnlyFans for it. Because we're going to have to do that.
We don't need an OnlyFans.
I feel like it'd be great. I feel like the OnlyFans would be great. We just do the whole performance on that also.
Okay. Maybe.
And Jared will show nudes of himself on our OnlyFans.
Real quick.
Let's finish this story. We only got into the title.
I was just about to say that. We should probably focus on the story for at least a second.
Put a pin in this amazing idea.
Yep. Look forward in the future. Make sure to follow. Cops in California's Bay Area busted what they called a cult or activist group. What? Involving a 4-foot model vagina on the beach over the weekend. They did it on the beach. You can't get sand in a vagina. The cult
can, but then you're going to be very unhappy.
Very, because it never gets out. The cult-like gathering was broken up by cops in Point because sand never gets out of anything.
I do not have sand in any of me anymore, and I've had sand inside of me.
Stop being naked on the beach.
It just gets in you. What are you talking about? You get hit by a wave good, it goes up your shorts.
It's why I don't go to the beach. I hate the beach. Point Malate Beach Park early Saturday morning. milady. Just hours after police responded to a suspected Antifa.
So now Antifa's a cult too?
Antifa has giant vaginas at all of their gatherings. Gathering at the same location, according to the chief of Richmond Police Department. At 9:33 p.m., Richmond cops responded...
Whoa. What law are they breaking besides just gathering around a giant 4-foot vagina? I was going to say penis, but that's the Moby. That's different. Someone stole that.
Yeah. So they responded to the Antifa report when they discovered 50 people dressed in all-black uniforms who had traveled to the beach on a party bus. The dark-clad group, which were described as a possible Antifa meetup, which just shows how stupid people are.
This was a group of goth kids with a giant vagina, and because they were wearing all black, now they're Antifa.
They're Antifa now. This just shows how
ever
crazy white people are. And I mean, not like the people in the group, but like the people are like, oh my God, there's a bunch of people. It's Antifa. It's Antifa. They're going to burn down our stores.
Now Karens are against people that are black and people that wear black.
And people that like vaginas.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So, they agreed to get back on the party bus and disperse without incident. Just hours later, police found another group of 60 people listening to the climate change recordings, huddled around the giant facsimile of a vagina in a dock building nearby. I was like, a vagina in a dock? That's very detailed.
All right, so originally I was like, leave those kids on the beach alone. They're having a party. They have a party bus. Clearly, this is a party.
Yeah.
They didn't have a giant vagina. They were just wearing all black.
Yes.
The second one, honestly, is kind of fucking weird. Why are you in just like an abandoned warehouse listening to climate change recordings?
Huddled around a giant facsimile of a vagina.
That's weird.
That is weird. That's why they went cult.
I mean, that's your right, but yeah. That's weird.
Don't you have freedom of assembly?
I don't think that you should be arrested for your weirdness, but that's weird.
Do you think that they got in trouble because they didn't have a permit?
It's probably because they were listening about climate change, and most of the...
This is in California.
It's not real.
But this is in California.
A highly Republican state. Did you not know that?
California always wins Democrat.
Really?
Recently, yeah.
Really? Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's a Republican. I'm pretty sure their governor right now is too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger got voted in because he was the Terminator.
Aren't all their governors actors?
No. I mean, just because everybody in the state is an actor doesn't mean that everybody...
Ronald Reagan.
He got to be president.
I know.
It's amazing.
Wasn't he governor of California too at some point?
I don't know.
I'm a scientist.
I don't know enough about Reagan.
What are you talking about?
About a giant vagina
why
now.
I did that.
I don't know either. The group was listening to recordings about climate change and Mother Earth while assembled around a 4-foot model of a vagina. Do you think they made it,
this
or
might
you can
actually,
order it?
This is like a Wiccan cult. This is definitely witches.
Yeah. I mean, I think they got in trouble because they were in the building and they didn't have a permit.
They're probably just in the building. That it's probably like a trespassing thing.
Yeah, warned for trespassing and escorted out. So yeah, they didn't...
Warned. This article is the definition of clickbait because it made it sound like these people were going to get their asses beat.
Yeah.
So far, there's a group of kids in black that were asked to leave the beach, and a group of people in black surrounded by a vagina or surrounding a vagina.
No, the group of people weren't wearing black. The first group of people were all wearing black. The first group of people literally was just goth kids. Goth kids were throwing a party at throwing a party at the beach. This one is just people.
How did they link these two things?
Because the cops originally got called to that one, and then they were still in the area, and they were like, "Well, what the fuck is that one? Is this together? No, these are completely separate things." But we're going to really highlight one of them because a 4-foot vagina is involved.
But we're also going to mention this one, even though they're not related.
Exactly. But yeah, so they were escorted out.
And they were just asked to leave again. Like, none of this story is dumb.
And it says the second group had no affiliation, but insisted... They had no affiliation, but instead was some type of cult gathering without giving specifics. So, are you talking...
They're like, we're doing cult stuff.
No, basically the chief of police is saying they had no affiliation, but it's probably some sort of cult gathering. They didn't even say they were a cult. He's just like, that's some cult shit.
This is a really crappy police investigating.
Yeah.
And super shitty reporting.
Yeah.
That's what this story is.
That is exactly what it is.
This is bad reporting. Like, this is not news. This was a slow news day. When does the news have an article that isn't man killed, shot, arrested, but group of people asked to leave?
Yeah, exactly.
And who politely responded and left.
Exactly. They followed orders.
When does that happen? That's not a newsworthy thing.
Both groups followed orders.
Two separate groups.
This
article is like
gathered.
Sometimes groups of Antifa they listen.
They're nice.
They listen and they do what the police ask them.
They literally just said 110 people came around this beach, were asked to leave, and left. A model vagina was involved.
Yeah, that's what this news article is.
That could have been what this whole article said.
This is someone trying to fearmonger Antifa, and it doesn't work because all the people just did what they were asked to do.
Exactly. You just made Antifa look
and
like
then
way
the
better.
Police don't even know what to call it. They're like, people in black, probably Antifa. People surrounding a vagina, probably a cult.
Oh my God.
Listening about climate change.
So much better. So some joked online that the cult party seemed like a garden variety Bay Area. What is F with a weird E? I don't know what that means, so I'm skipping it. Probably gathering.
Let me see.
F weird E T. Yeah, the E has an arrow above it.
Fete.
Being fetty, a bay.
That's
fetty
the
walk?
same way
Fetty.
that feta cheese is spelled.
But no, feta is FETA.
No, it's two E's.
Is it?
I don't know, man. Pretty sure.
Fuck it. Feta.
Nah,
it's a feta.
Bay Area feta.
Fetty. Fete.
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 Fet.
Fet.
Fetty.
Fete.
Vadi.
Is the Bay Area fete joint vagina cold?
There we go. But
look at my giant
the
vagina.
best part of this article is who's the Bay Area noob that wrote this article? A reader tweeted about a local report. Sounds like a pretty standard Bay Area underground party to me.
Wait. So this shitty reported article
is
then quotes somebody making fun of a different shitty
reported
article.
Yes.
Fuck this place. Fuck you, New York Post. You're not meta. You're just dumb, and your article's dumb, and the cops are dumb.
Everyone's dumb.
You could wear black and not be an Antifa. It's called being a Satanist.
Yeah. Or a goth kid or a scene kid or
just people
an
that
e-boy.
don't like wearing colors.
Yeah. Or just most of my wardrobe. You can just be a sad person.
All black everything. All the time.
It's slimming, you dumb bitches. Maybe they were just slightly hefty and they wanted to look thinner.
I don't know. You're a fat guy wearing a black Yoda shirt, and I'm a fat guy wearing a black shirt that definitely says Hail Satan and eat pizza.
And honestly, we don't look as fat right now.
It's amazing.
Because we're wearing
literally
black.
is promoting the eating of pizza and Satan.
Yeah.
And Ouija boards.
Exactly. Dumb bitches writing articles.
This is perfect clickbait.
Oh, okay.
The article made it sound like there's people that got their asses beat for playing with a giant vagina, and that's not what happened.
That it was like a cult.
Like the
like
police
they were praising the vagina and stuff.
When you imply the police busted a cult party, I was expecting like tear gas and like people to get their teeth knocked out.
There was fucking guns with lasers on them,
like a riot happening.
Yeah,
and this was the cops
SWAT showed up.
Yo, you guys can't be here. Can you please leave? And them going, yeah, we're sorry.
It was probably only one cop too. It legitimately probably was a cop car rolled up, went, hey, you guys gotta leave, and they went, okay.
He probably didn't even get out. He just waited for them to leave.
He went on the freaking thing. He was like, you all need to disperse right now, thank you.
And then one of them came over like, hey, sir, we're sorry. It's like, what were you guys doing there? Like, we're listening to things about climate change. And he's like, that's weird. What's that?
No, like it's a giant model of a vagina.
Just a vagina of a vagina.
Just don't even worry about it. We're gonna leave.
Yeah, we're heading out. Sorry.
We'll clean up after ourselves.
Officer.
And he was like, that would have been trespassing if I felt like getting out of the car. If I got out of here, this would have been trespassing.
It won't happen again. We're gonna go to our house in the hills.
Exactly. Then
the beach party, which was just a bunch of goth kids, was just trying to have a goth kid party at night.
It was a bunch of goth kids that were like, you know what? Let's try a social gathering.
Let's try.
And this is why they did. This is why they don't do it now.
Let's have a goth kid beach party, so we'll do it at night because that's cool. Because I know that I remember going on a picnic at 4 a.m. No, it's like 3 a.m. or something.
Damn.
Super late.
That's
Like,
just
me-
because it was goth kids.
It was me and Benormous, and we took our blacked out BMX bikes that we both had the same ones of, rode them to a gas station. We're like, there's a picnic table here. We rode to the picnic table. We just had a picnic in the middle of the night next to a highway.
That's, yeah.
We call that a goth kid picnic.
There we go. And this was going to be a goth kid beach party.
Yeah. These cops ruined it. That's all they were trying to do.
It was their only form of social activity.
Now they're feeling extra antisocial because they can't go in
basically
public.
made these
You
goth
made
kids
them
more
goth
goth.
kids.
Exactly.
Like, yo, we tried to be friends with people and the cops came.
Immediately. They immediately
Like,
broke
none of
it
those
up.
goth kids talked to each other before. They met on the internet and they're like, yo, I hate people. I hate people too.
Let's go hang out at the beach together.
We should have a beach party to talk about how much we hate people. Cops show up like, you know what? You guys got me in trouble.
Fuck you
I hate
guys.
you.
I hate all people now.
Never
even people who
again.
hate people.
Never again will I try and have friends. This was the worst day ever.
You just made the next generation worse, police.
Then they got on a
Thank
party
you.
bus and drove away.
And it was probably a weird, awkward drive back to
Just
dropping
like-
everybody off.
Yo, this party was a bust.
They're probably going to put that in the news article.
I'm probably going to put that in a news article with some weird cult that has a giant vagina. Oh,
They
shit.
probably saw them setting up, be like, those people are going to get in trouble next.
They're driving by and their party bus like, oh, we should go to that. Nah, they're probably going to get yelled at soon.
Exactly. They're going to get kicked out anyway. We should have gone to that building. That would have been a better place. Okay.
We wanted to listen to climate change videos.
Yeah,
We were just talking about how sad we are and how much the world sucks and needs to burn.
exactly. On to the next one. Sheriff. Teen made up abduction story to avoid going to school.
Oh my god, a new Kung Fu Brian.
I saved it as future Kung Fu Brian. I'm so glad your brain went to the same place.
Please tell me that someone stole their iPhone 7. Flip phone.
And their chain worth $10,000. I mean, their vanilla ice chain.
With $1 million.
I mean, $25. And also, he ripped out one of their kidneys. Potential charges will be reviewed by the prosecutor's office. The teenage girl. Oh, it's a Kung Fu.
No shit. I knew it was going to be a girl.
What's the name? We had Kung Fu Brian.
Kung Fu.
Can't call it Kung Fu. We don't know if she. Well, let's see if she beat
Kung
up her.
Fu Brianna.
There we go. We'll see if she beat up her
Definitely
abductors. And that's how she got away.
Not. You know why I knew it was going to be a girl? Because if a dude came to school and was like, oh, I couldn't come to school yesterday because I got abducted.
I got kidnapped.
They'd be like, no, you didn't.
Nobody
Even if he
abducts
did,
dipshit teens like you.
Even if he did, they'd be like, fucking lie. You do this every fucking week. Be like, dude, someone kidnaps me every fucking week.
You're not that attractive
I'm
to
being
get
abused
kidnapped
and
every
molested.
week.
And they're like, yeah, sure you are.
Exactly. All right.
Poor boy. We see you and we feel for you.
But go back to class. Friday morning in Pickaway County has admitted to making up the incident to avoid going to school, the sheriff said. The teen initially claimed she was abducted while waiting at her bus stop on 5 Points Pike in Monroe Township.
Where was this? In Stroudsburg.
There's a Monroe Township near us. So she said she was able to escape and provided deputies with a description of a suspect. This is where this is where people fuck up. They give too many details and they file these police reports.
He was a blackish, whitish, Asian guy. He might have been Spanish.
He was like a really tall, short guy that was really, really fat, skinny.
He was like a tallish, fattish, skinny, short guy. He was like blackish, whitish, like he could have been Spanish Asian.
He had like a really effeminate male voice.
That was super deep.
Okay, the sheriff's
He had bluish, brownish, green eyes.
with a hint of gray. Okay, so the sheriff's office says deputies immediately
His teeth were
respond to the area.
straight crooked. They're straight crooked.
You're not gonna let me read this.
No, I'm really having fun describing the most ambiguous man in the world. He may have been a lady, but he definitely was a man.
Was a man. Okay, let's see here. So they responded immediately. They called local law enforcement to the area.
There was
Sheriff
two
Robert
of one
Ragg.
of him. He was alone, but with a group of 3.
He might have had a twin brother that could have also been his sister. That may or may not have been there.
Who was also blackish, whitish,
And Asian.
A little bit of Spanish Asian.
Yeah, Okay, so detectives later interviewed the high school student with her mother present, and she retracted the story. Our biggest concern was the situation. We were already seeing things on social media. Radcliffe said people were going to the bus stop with guns trying to protect their children. They were looking for a black vehicle,
My God.
someone that matched that description. And unfortunately, the wrong person could have come along and been injured over something like this. Potential charges have been reviewed by the prosecutor's office. That's the whole
The girl told us that
story.
the man said that she was going to hit him.
I'm going to scroll up from that one before we go off on a tangent.
Go back down? What? I missed it. I just saw a giant belly.
Columbus police officer in custody accused of recording nude underage girl.
That is not our wheelhouse.
No, that's real.
Can't make jokes about
That's
that.
real news, and that's real messed up. So we're just going to go back to this one.
Unless
and
we
say,
get there and it turns out that was the girl who made up the story from this one.
That's
in which
just
case,
levels.
Still a crime.
Still a crime. Still messed
Still
up.
too much for us.
So we're gonna say that this girl said she fought off her attackers, and
her
that's
blackish, whitish, Asian
Spanish
attacker,
guys. Yeah,
who
guy,
she may
female.
have been
Yeah,
having a deep voice with bluish, blackish, greenish eyes.
a deep shrill voice. Yeah, and she beat them up and escaped, and she is now Kung Fu Brianna.
Kung Fu Brianna.
There we go, Kung Fu Brianna. On to the next one, because I thought
driving-
there was going to be more to this.
He was driving a blackish, whitish, greenish,
Oh no,
beigeish
she straight
car.
up said black.
I know.
She said black vehicle,
He was a black car.
and they were gonna shoot whoever showed up in a black car. That would have been really bad.
If this was California, oh my God, the amount of people shot up in their black cars. Black
Yeah.
SUVs.
I mean, if this, you can just say anywhere with a high crime rate. You can be like, if this was Chicago.
No, man, they said they were going to shoot anybody. Man,
Yeah.
if the president was just on tour, they'd be like, there's so many black SUVs.
Oh my God, if Donald Trump would have found out about this freaking story and talked about it before he realized it was fake,
Oh, that would have been amazing.
everybody in America with a black car would have been shot. Be like, you're stealing kids!
I want one of the presidents to comment on a fake news story now.
One of the stories
I don't
we
even
cover.
care which president. I want there to be one where, like, we feel for this young woman.
It would have been this president.
It would have been fantastic. No, it could have been any of them. They could do that.
It is true, but
Something like this one, like if this lasted longer, like she did it, like
yeah, if she didn't say it right away. Like if it wasn't because her mom was sitting there like, did you really got abducted? She's like, you tell the police you're abducted or I swear to God I'm going to beat you. And she was like, I might have been abducted.
oh, you might have been. Yeah, I might have been abducted.
And she was like, I
And
feel
the
safe
person who
telling
did
the
it,
truth.
He or she may have been 6 foot or 5 foot,
Somewhere
or
between
8 feet tall.
Somewhere between the size of a newborn and Yao Ming.
He was between 5 and 7 feet tall.
Exactly. Yeah. She probably felt safe telling the truth because she was like, my mom's going to beat my ass. And if I tell it to the police, they will stop her from beating my ass.
He was fat, but he also looked like he worked out every day.
Fat ass, skinny ass piece of shit.
Listen to your woman, John.
It's back in my butt. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one because I'm kind of irritated with the story because
We just did a weird thing where we inserted like an inside joke that's not really an inside joke, but we inserted it and it's unnecessary.
That's true. We did do that.
And we will not explain.
Hey, guess what? This next one kind of goes back to our sex ed one. Kind of ties back in. Police seized 345,000 used condoms that were cleaned and sold as new.
See, now there's a reason I don't use those things.
He's going to retroactively go back and insert this into every conversation that he ever had about why he doesn't use
I'm going
condoms.
to use what we talked about how I'm going to find a way to hack the system that is the glitch of the matrix that we are in,
Yep.
and I'm going to go back in time and I'm going to use this story.
Be like, that people just repackage used
I'm going to
condoms.
go back to like when I first started being with girls, and I'm going to be like, listen, I don't use these because you don't know about this yet, but in like 20 years, police are going to find out that 345,000 condoms had been used, cleaned, and repackaged.
Nearly 500,000. What if I have one of those?
What if one of these are mine? What if I get AIDS?
What if that one that you're holding right now was used?
Yeah, that's gross.
You want me to put that on me and then in you? Are you crazy?
Do you know what kind of stuff? Listen, in the time period that this happens, they have the coronavirus. I do not want to get that on my wiener.
Exactly. Now. 20 years in advance.
20 years before that thing becomes a thing.
I do not want to get COVID-19. Not in 2019. You know. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go.
That'll be perfect.
Yep. We're gonna read this, though. We're going to see. The used condom.
Why are they in a bowl?
Because that's how they were being cleaned.
It was like they clean it like rice. They're like, here.
They were putting hot water in Dawn dish soap and just massaging it.
Ew.
That means that they're probably emptying it into buckets. So there's a bucket somewhere with 300, well, maybe not 300,000 guys. Guys can go through condoms a lot depending on how much they're either having sex or masturbating.
This is a future story. We had a man who threw buckets of poop on someone. I say it now that by the year 2025,
someone's gonna.
There will be a story of a man throwing a bucket of cum on people in the street.
Probably.
Yelling, "You're a cum bucket."
Yes, but you know how in factories, like,
I know he'll just put it on their head and say, "Now you're a cum bucket."
You're a cum bucket. There we go. But no, so you know how
future
like
prop comedy.
You know how in like there's those security camera footage of people like that work at like restaurants carrying things of ranch, like that girl that was carrying a thing of ranch and she dropped it and it exploded and it just blew all over her.
No,
you've never seen that video?
No,
I'll show it to you after
Insert
we
video
finish.
here.
I'm not gonna. Maybe I might be able to. Future me, see if you can do it. So, in this video, she drops like a tub of ranch, and when it hits the ground, the force of the impact shoots it up into the air, and she gets covered in it, and then she slips and falls in it, and then she just stands up super defeated. Do you think something like that might have happened in this factory with the disposed of contents?
Yeah, I do. But they did it on purpose. What they did was they filled up a bucket, they put it on their own head and said, "Now you're a cum bucket."
Or they were
just like your dad always told you.
They were like, "Hey, Janet, look at me. I'm a cum bucket." As it just slowly lowers down.
Better yet, they turn it into a your mom joke. They're like, "Hey, Janet, guess who I am?" She's like, "Who?" Like, "I'm your mom because she's a cum bucket."
Oh my God.
Tell her last Thursday was bomb.
Do you think they took all the buckets and threw it in a dumpster?
So there's a cum dumpster. Yes. I feel like I'm sorry, but I feel like that's only one bucket's worth of cum. 345,000.
Probably. Yeah. Guys,
it's only about a tablespoon at a time.
It's very true. Yeah.
Unless they got all of these from Peter North or something.
Just massive loads. Yeah. Or like, I mean, depending if wherever they found this, if people go long stretches without busting a nut.
But average, it's about a tablespoon.
Average is about a tablespoon. But yeah, I mean, maybe somebody just busts massive loads and they have like literally half the condom full. That's a lot.
That would definitely break.
Condoms are extremely elastic.
Listen.
You can put a condom all the way up your arm. You can put a Magnum
condom. Then how do they break so much?
Over your head.
How do they break so much?
Because people do it on purpose.
No, they don't.
Or they hit it with their nail. I don't mean like a nail. I mean like when they're
I know what you meant.
When they're putting it on, like their nail nicks it and it
like tip my dick. That's probably fine. The condom's probably fine, even though I felt that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You bit it. Like, I don't think we should use this. It'll be fine. You want to have a baby.
Exactly. That's when those condoms break. Because condoms are stupid stretchy. I don't get how they break either.
Because they're only 99.9% effective.
Unless they're using old condoms and the elastic, it started being like rubber bands that get old.
Listen.
And it was kind of crispy in some areas, and that's where it broke.
Here's the thing. They're only 99.9% effective. That's like the same as just like dumping it inside. Right? It's like the same.
Yeah. Sure.
It's one of those times where you haven't told me not to promote something. Normally, I say stuff like this, and you're like, "I'm cutting that out."
You can't not tell people
Don't use condoms.
You can't say don't use
Condoms are for kids. Don't use
but
them.
you can't tell people to use condoms either. You can suggest it.
I suggest you don't.
That's fine. I suggest that you don't come inside of people that you're...
I oppose his suggestion.
You,
Burn all the condoms.
I have a child also, so I can't say that I haven't.
All the condoms. You did it one time.
I didn't do it one time, but...
One time. He's that one person who did it one time and had a baby.
No.
He's only been with one woman one time.
No.
Jared, you don't need to be ashamed, and you don't need to brag. One woman, one time.
But
we all know it can happen.
It can
happen to you.
But that wasn't the...
What happened? That movie is about suicide, right?
I think so. But once again, make your own decisions about birth control.
Yeah, by not using any.
That's an option.
You know what?
It's not highly effective.
As of right now, abortion clinics are still open.
They are, and they should be. But I mean, that shouldn't be your birth control. And they actually get mad at you if you use it as birth control.
Who does?
The abortion clinics.
Republicans.
No, the clinics themselves, the people that work at it. If they're like,
I feel it's because
this is the fifth time you've been here in 5 months.
I don't think it's because they don't think you should do that. I think it's because it's a medical procedure, and you really shouldn't have repeated medical procedures.
Yeah. Plus, also, they think it's irresponsible of you to keep coming back and then say, well, this will get rid of it.
I don't know how this episode's going to go with this one.
I'm just saying, they tell you there are other ways to prevent pregnancy if you don't want to get pregnant other than coming back here. There's no frequent customer cards at abortion clinics.
Are you sure? There's at least one that's got like a Subway card. 10th one's free.
If there is, then more power to you. Do whatever you want with your body.
I love how you're trying not to choose a side in this subject.
I'm trying. I'm skating. I'm almost like a politician, but I'm not as good at it.
Never use protection.
We're gonna keep reading the article.
Your body, your choice.
I haven't even read any of this. I don't think.
Your body, your choice. Never use protection.
This was in Vietnam. Just so you know.
What?
Police in Vietnam have confiscated an estimated 345,000 used condoms, which had been cleaned and resold as new, state media reported. Footage.
How do they package condoms over there? Is it just like in like a plastic baggie?
They probably have just the foil again. They put it in there, and then they just use a heat gun to reseal it. It's like a vacuum seal. Like if you get one of those vacuum package things.
An at-home job, or is this like a company that makes condoms?
I feel like there was like
send your condoms back, and we'll give you 25 cents back.
Or they just had people going through the trash.
I feel like that's definitely not the way to do it, because that will be contaminated. They just probably have like a buyback program.
They probably...
It's like toners.
They bleached them, maybe.
It's like toners, you know?
Maybe they just knew. They were like, we're going to bleach it. Bleach kills everything. No. It'll be fine.
I think it's definitely a buyback program.
Then you're going to get bleach dick.
Yeah, that'll burn. That's chemicals. It's probably a buyback program.
I mean, sure, we'll find out.
Will we? Probably not.
They showed dozens of large bags containing the used contraceptives scattered across the floor of a warehouse in the southern province of Bindong. Bindong.
Dong.
Police said
Condom factory in
Oh my God. Police said the bags weighed more than 360 kilograms or 794 pounds, equivalent to 345,000 condoms. The owner of the warehouse said that they had received a monthly input of used condoms from an unknown person.
This one man is a god.
A woman detained during the bust told police that the used prophylactics were first boiled in water, then dried and reshaped on a wooden phallus before being repackaged and resold.
But that would damage the rubber.
Yes, it would.
Bad for rubber.
Yeah.
That's like friction alone can make a condom break because of the heat.
Yeah. That's why always make sure
never wear
first.
Condoms.
If you're going to wear a condom,
don't
make sure that you
are not.
Whoever's putting a condom on,
Nobody.
You go down there and you make sure to warm her up first. so that friction is not an issue.
They make lady condoms too, Jared. Way to be sexist.
These were all male condoms.
But you can do the same thing for a lady with a lady condom.
So you need to warm him up first?
I don't know.
That's very male-centric.
I don't know where I was going.
I don't know where you were going either.
I was just saying that women have condoms too.
I'm just saying go down on your woman.
Everybody can have condoms, but I suggest you don't have them.
I guarantee you the female audience that we have, because we do have 40% female viewership, they will agree with me that men should go down on them first.
I agree with that.
Then why are we arguing?
Because you said that it's only male condoms.
I didn't say only male
There's
condoms.
also lady condoms.
Okay, there's
and
also
you should still
diaphragms.
warm up a lady if she's wearing a condom.
No matter what, always warm up your lady.
Everybody should warm up everybody. Everybody warm up everybody. There should be like, go to like a Swedish spa. Just get warmed up. Get your muscles loose. Get yourself all sweaty.
Are you saying that foreplay should be mandatory? Like it should be like a law?
I am now under the opinion that you should like actually go to a sauna first. I feel like that would make it better.
It would. You'd be all limber.
All limber. Everybody be wet then.
It's true. Do you have to have? But wouldn't you dry out a little bit on the way home, or you have to have sex at the sauna?
In your house, man. I'm pretty sure everybody in Sweden has a sauna.
It's
true.
true.
I think that's a thing. Like it's in their homes. Everybody.
So you're saying that every home should have a sauna?
Yes.
I'm down with that.
We're about to do the bang. Let's go warm up real quick. You know, like how like when you're making tacos, you always throw like the tortilla on for a few seconds first.
Yes.
You gotta get it.
Exactly. You gotta get warmed up.
You gotta loosen it up.
Yeah. Because taco shells are normally just very rigid.
Yeah, man. You gotta loosen up, get limber.
It is true.
Get flexible so you can get stuffed.
Yeah.
Just like a taco.
Just like a taco.
Perfect example. And also don't wear a condom because then where's your sour cream going to go? If you cover your taco in rubber, where are you putting your sour cream? Nowhere. Fucking nowhere.
So.
What about people with latex allergies, Jared? You're saying they should wear condoms?
Goat skin, which are even less effective.
That sounds gross. I'm not gonna. What if you're vegan? What if you're vegan and allergic to latex?
I've had to use them before. The ones that aren't latex.
What if you're vegan?
No condoms then. Just
like at that point, just don't.
Exactly.
Just don't. You're allergic to latex, and go find yourself a nitrate glove.
Do vegans swallow?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know any.
It's an animal byproduct. Human beings are animals.
It's half of a living being, technically.
Yeah, you're eating.
Actually, it's half of 1,000,000 potential living beings.
In the comments, let us know if vegans swallow. I feel like naming this episode "Do Vegans Swallow?" but I don't think I should.
I think we should name it after the cult part because that was the best part. Because it's like, what the fuck is this news article? And why is it so meta that all of a sudden it's making fun of itself? Why would you quote someone making fun of the thing you made? Anyway.
Okay. So well, apparently she received 17 cents for every kilogram of recycled condoms she produced.
The person that brought them back or the person that made them?
The woman that they detained. Like the woman that they asked this question.
I just realized that the question I asked was the same question, just phrased differently twice.
Yeah. But the woman that was working there.
The woman who recycled them. There we go. Okay.
And she received 17 cents for every kilogram. And there was 360 kilograms.
That's not enough.
If this was going to be a feasible business, you know that was just one shipment. Think about it. If you're going to keep that going as a business.
Well, all right. So if you're getting them for free.
Yes.
You're only paying your worker 17 cents.
And you apparently only have one worker.
By weight.
Yeah. And then you resell them.
For like $2. That's a huge profit.
That's a huge profit. But I'm just saying, if you want this to be a feasible business in the long run, because you wouldn't do this unless it was going to be a feasible business.
Who knows? Maybe it's like a one and done.
Maybe.
The condoms are supposed to be.
They're supposed to be.
So there's 345,000 times point. Wait, no.
No, you want to do weight. We're doing weight because it's kilograms. 360 kilograms. And then you divide that by the 0.17. Or is it times 0.17?
It's definitely times because that.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe not. Wait, what?
It would be times 1.17. It's like adding tax.
That equals 351. That cannot be what she made.
I don't know. Well, she got 17 cents for every 1 kilogram. So it should be divided then. So it'd be 360 divided by 0.17. What does that come out to?
$2,117.
So then she made $350.
No, actually, this seems like that makes sense.
Yeah,
Maybe
she made less than how many kilograms?
She made about $2,000 off of these 300 kilograms worth of condoms. So we're trying to figure out how much money she made.
So just do 0.17 times 360.
That was $351.
Then that's how much she made.
I feel like it's less than that, though.
So she made 17 cents for every one of those 360
This
kilograms.
is why I was trying to do it by how many there were, and then I realized it was weight, but also, and they then sell all of these condoms for, say, $2.
Yes.
So 345,000 times $2. They've now made $690,000. So even if they did pay her $2,000, they make over $500,000 back.
Yeah, but still,
off of these
if
condoms.
you're going to keep, if it's a long-term business, this might have just been a shipment.
This is $1 billion business. We should start washing condoms.
I don't want to do that.
Is it really that illegal?
Apparently. You got arrested in Vietnam.
What is the crime, though? I like how I just was like sitting there promoting not having them, and then I'm gonna
now you want to do a business
recycle them.
As I feel like as long as you don't put, as long as you put used somewhere on there, as long as you don't say they're new.
Do you really have to do it? I forgot. I just stressed that out too much. You'll get mad at me.
Yeah.
Do you have to though? Because like computer electronics don't have to say they've been refurbished.
I feel like you have to say refurbished. It's false advertisement then. If someone buys it under the pretense that it was new.
Refurbished condoms, now only 95.9% effective.
There we go. All right. We're going to go on to the last one before we get too long.
That's the title. Recycled condoms, now 95% effective.
Refurbished condoms.
Now only 95.
Or we just call it refurbished condoms.
Nah, it's terrible.
Which is why I want to call it
we should
Do
call
Vegans Swallow. I feel like more people would click on that video.
No. What we should do is call it
Are we having a meeting right now?
4-foot vagina cult peacefully leaves when asked by the police.
Nah, that's too long. These long titles aren't helping. Short titles. Short to the point.
We're using we're a news show, so we can title our show similar to how the news articles we read are listed.
We'll figure
We're
it
not
out.
good news, and we're not good news hosts.
I feel like
this
we're
is news.
I think we're good news hosts. We're just not talking about good news. That's the issue.
If we're news good hosts,
Leave a like.
leave a comment saying that Jared sucks, and he'll start a OnlyFans where we'll send you his nudes.
On to the last one. Florida man arrested after allegedly hitting deputy in the face with a Bible.
That's a new one.
Report. The suspect allegedly shouted, "I condemn you."
Why is
The
report
authorities
part of
said-
the title? The title is actually Florida man arrested for allegedly hitting deputy in the face with a Bible. Report.
Yeah. Because then it goes to slightly smaller thing. The suspect allegedly shouted, "I condemn you."
I love the people who make these articles because
This
they're
one's
bad
Fox.
at it, and it's Fox News.
Yeah.
And they made a weird typo.
There
and
we
they,
go.
They make a lot of typos.
They do all the fucking time.
Wasn't there like a whole sentence one time that was just gibberish?
Yes. Yep, we've done that. So a Florida man was arrested last Tuesday after he allegedly threw a Bible at a sheriff's deputy. It says hit him in the face.
Allegedly.
I assumed that he was holding it the whole time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. The title says he did it. The article then refers
No,
to
it
the
says
fact that-
after allegedly hitting deputy in the
Okay.
face with a Bible. So, authorities were called to a residence.
If there's a
Summer-
video, how is it being alleged? That's pretty accurate. He's in his underwear.
He is in his underwear, which is northwest of Orlando. On September 22nd, after a neighbor reported a break-in at his home, deputies said that when they arrived, they found Robert Otis Hoskins, 39, dressed in his underwear, shouting something to the effect, "I condemn you." They said he threw a Bible that hit the deputy in the face.
I love that he's only wearing underwear and rosaries.
Right? Hoskins was tased and taken into custody following a brief struggle. Orlando's WKMG-TV reported.
Where'd they tase him?
on the dick. The arrest report said the suspect defecated on himself at the scene because he was tased. That can happen.
He was tased and he shit himself.
He probably had to drive home real fast. Tied into last week. And then, let's see here. A deputy wrote in the report that the suspect, when asked why he broke into a home, and he replied, because Kyle. Because Kyle.
Because Cod told me to. Bringing it back to the
Because God told me to.
What was that fish religion that was around that I used to follow because it was funny?
I don't know what fish.
It called God Cod. That's why it was funny.
Oh, okay. Authorities said there was damage to a door at the neighbor's residence, and a window had been broken. The alleged victim's wife said $50 worth of clothing was stolen. Her clothing, or the guy's clothing. She also told deputies that the suspect had a drug problem. It was actually one bra
and panty set.
Oh, he was going to use that later. Hoskins was transported to Marion County Jail. Following the incident, authorities say he faces charges of burglary to an unoccupied dwelling, petite theft, criminal mischief, property damage, battery of an officer, on an officer, and resisting an officer without violence. How can you get both of those?
What?
How can you get battery on an officer and resisting an officer without violence?
So what happened was, he threw the book in the officer's face.
Yeah.
Before resisting arrest.
So he immediately
Then he went, I'm resisting, while the officer was cuffing him. He just said, I'm resisting.
Maybe they didn't get to the Miranda rights, so he didn't know that he was under arrest yet. So he assaulted the officer, and then when he was being arrested, he was like, I do not want to be arrested. I would like for you to take these off right now.
I would be more pleased if you unarrested me, please, sir. I am resisting being arrested right now.
Or maybe he just wasn't putting his hands together, and he was like, hold them right here, right here.
Nah, because that would become like violent. So he was probably.
No, he wasn't violently doing it.
No,
he wasn't pushing back. He just wasn't allowing.
Anybody that resists with their arms eventually gets body thrown, and then they did that.
They did the violence?
They resisted.
No, they tased him then, and then he shit himself. So maybe he went Jesus. He was out like this, and he was just like, I will not put my hands down.
God told me you can't arrest me. I resist you, demon.
And then they tased him, and then he was like,
I resist you, demon.
And then they cuffed him. And they said, damn demon in your electrical stick. Demon.
I prefer the idea that he was peacefully, with his hands behind his back, getting cuffed, going, I am resisting you.
This is not resistance.
Because, you see, the videos where, someone's getting arrested.
And they say, I am not
fighting,
resisting.
And they're like, I'm not resisting. This man was doing the opposite.
He's like, I am resisting.
I'm resisting. I am peacefully resisting you. I do not agree.
I am non-violently resisting you. And the other
said, you are not allowed to arrest me for what I did.
The other deputy was sitting there, be like, my ass, you fucking non-violent. They'd be like, we weren't arresting him at that point, so this is technically non-violent resisting of the arrest. He threw it at you when you.
That's a separate crime.
Yeah.
And then we arrested him, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
We startled him when we broke down the door, and he went, I condemn you, and threw it, not knowing that we were cops yet. And then he peacefully resisted.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Florida Man's great. I'm glad that we got another Florida Man story. So should we end it there?
Name of this episode is I Condemn You.
I condemn you.
That won't give anybody any idea.
Yeah, no one will click on that.
We should definitely put 4-foot vagina cult.
We should just call it 4-foot vagina cult.
4-foot vagina cult peacefully exited its warehouse. Title that article how it should have actually been titled.
So with an ellipsis, 4-foot vagina cult, ... peacefully exits?
Yeah.
Or peacefully leaves?
Peacefully leaves when officers asked.
I feel like we should just go peacefully leaves, because then people will be like, did they kill themselves?
Or we could call it Antifa Beach Party, but not really.
These are two very good options. We will figure it out. You'll know when you listen to this.
Beach.
Don't wear black on the beach. No, that's not. I mean, you shouldn't. Especially if it's morning. If it's hot, don't wear black on the beach.
Party bus disappointment.
No. Okay, we're going to stop going through possible titles now, and we're just going to end the episode.
All right, so like I said before, subscribe, and share. You can find us anywhere you find podcasts. We're on YouTube if you're listening, and on audio if you're watching.
You remember when you said this needs to be more organized, and now you just ramble off a whole bunch of things right away?
I am doing it on purpose.
I know you are. So let me do it organized.
I'm teaching you a lesson.
No, you're not teaching me a lesson.
You can find Jared at Mr. Norwell on Instagram.
Every moment I spend with you is teaching me a lesson. Just move your hand over there. If you're listening to this, you can find us on you. No, see, you fucked me up because now I didn't do a thing. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram right here at Rum Runners. You can follow us on Twitter right here at Rum Pod. You can follow Kyle and whatever the fuck he's doing over there, not right there, over there, at Mr. Norwell. If you are listening to this, you can watch the video form at www.youtube.com/Rum Runners Entertainment. I don't know why I said the www. If you are watching this, we can be found.
Yeah, why didn't you do the http://
if you are watching this, we can be found wherever you find your podcast now. We are syndicated with AgeofRadio, so if you can find us through AgeofRadio. What else?
Remember, condoms are temporary, but babies are forever.
That's true. So, peace.
Don't rewash your condoms
Deuces.
and don't even use them the first time.
Catch you in the next one.
Yeah, whatever.
Do whatever you want with your sexual organs.
Your body, your choice.
It's all over. There's no place to run, even if we let you out of there.